Learn English using English at the high school by M.K. Gandhi. Part 2.
Hello everyone, welcome to our English learning YouTube channel, that is Kadambini Srusti. I am Kadambini. Today we will discuss the second part of At the High School, that is a new chapter included in Skills of Communicative English Class X English book of ODIA Medium School, that is BSc Odisha. So this is a new chapter. We have already made a video on part 1. This chapter is one of the extracted piece from the autobiography of M.K. Gandhi, that is the story of my experiment with truth. ପିଲାମାନେ ଏଇଟା ମହାତ୍ମା ଗାନ୍ଧୀଙ୍କର ଆତ୍ମଜୀବନ କାହାଣୀର ଗୋଟିଏ ଅଂଶ ଯାହା ଆମେ ଏହି ବିଷୟରେ ପଢିବା. Mahatma Gandhi said, education which does not mold character is absolutely worthless. ଶିକ୍ଷା ଯଦି ଚରିତ୍ରକୁ ସଜାଡି ନ ପାରେ ସେପରି ଶିକ୍ଷାର କିଛି ମାନେ ନାହିଁ. Before going to the chapter, one request: if you feel that this video is useful for you, then click on the like button. If you think that this is essential for any of your near and dear ones, then kindly share it. And if you have any suggestion on this video, then you can give that in the message box. And if you want to be with me or with the next coming video, then subscribe the button that is there. Let us have a look on what we have already discussed in part 1. For convenience, I have divided part 1 into 4 subparts and all are equally important. So let us go to the first subpart, that is leading. So here the subjects of Mahatma Gandhi are mentioned. How he was in different subjects during his high school career. So first one is English. He was good at English and fair or average in arithmetic. He was weak in geography, but he had a good conduct. Conduct means behavior. Next comes that is bad in handwriting. This was a weak point of Mahatma Gandhi. Finally, Gandhi was able to earn prizes and scholarships. So this was in part 1. Next comes to part 2. Here we have discussed the paragraph 1. What are the different points that was mentioned in paragraph 1? So paragraph 1 explains Gandhi as a student. So first one is Gandhi was not a fool in his high school career. So that means Gandhi was average student. And second point, Gandhi was loved or liked or got affection of his teachers. Gandhi got love of his teachers. And the third point, Gandhi won prizes after second standard. And next one is he was also awarded scholarship. Rupees 4 for 5th standard and rupees 10 for 6th standard. But here one point that is very interesting that Mahatma Gandhi has mentioned. So what was that? Gandhi won prizes as well as awarded scholarship. But Gandhi gave importance to his good luck for winning the prizes. That good luck played a major role for these prizes and scholarships. So paragraph 2 explains Gandhi's importance on character. In this paragraph, Gandhi has given importance to character. So first he said that he was very much careful about his character, and second he mentioned his headmaster, Mr. Dorabji Idilji Gimi. He was his headmaster, and most important point, Mr. Gimi was a disciplinarian. And next one is he made compulsory gymnastics and cricket for the high school students. So this is all about paragraph 2. And paragraph 3 and 4, these two are correlated. So I have written in a particular piece. So Third and fourth paragraph explains the dislike of Mahatma Gandhi for gymnastics. Once it happened, Mahatma Gandhi failed to attend the gymnastics class. Now the question is why he failed to attend the gymnastic class? Because of two reasons. First one is his father was ill, so he has to serve his father, and the second one, he had no watch, and that day was also a cloudy day, so the clouds deceived him, cheat him, due to which he could not know what was the real time, and finally he failed to attend the gymnastic class. But what happened after that? Mr. Gimme, the hard taskmaster, the disciplinarian person, he put on penalty on Gandhiji. Gandhiji was fined for that absence in the gymnastics class. So finally what happened? When his father wrote a letter to Mr. Gimme that really Gandhiji was serving him, then the fine was exempted. Okay, so this is all about part 1.
Here you can see the explanation of part 1 in a single board.
Let us read paragraph 5, 6 and 7. So while reading, I will repeat the difficult words. Simultaneously, I will say their English meaning as well as the ODIA meaning. Okay, so let us start the paragraphs. But though I was known the odds for having neglected means failed to give attention, abaheda kariba, exercise, I am still paying the penalty means punishment for breaking a rule, niyama bhanga pai danda, of another neglect. I do not know whence means from where, keutharu, I got the notion that good handwriting was not a necessary part of education, but I retained means continue, mane rahiba, it until I went to England. When later, especially in South Africa, I saw the beautiful handwriting of lawyers and young men born and educated in South Africa. I was ashamed means embarrassed, lajja lagiba, of myself, and repented means regretted, mane dukhita haba, of my neglect. I saw that bad handwriting should be regarded as a sign of an imperfect education. I tried later to improve mine, but it was too late. I could never repair the neglect of my youth. Let every young man and woman be warned by my example and understand that good handwriting is a necessary part of education. I am now of the opinion that children should first be taught the art of drawing before learning to write. Let the child learn his letters by observation. Observation means monitoring, parjavekshana, as he does different objects such as flowers, birds, etc. And let him learn handwriting only after he has learned to draw objects. He will then write a beautifully formed hand. Sanskrit, however, proved a harder task. In geometry, there is nothing to memorize. Memorize means learn by heart. Mone rakhiba. Whereas in Sanskrit, I thought everything had to be learnt by heart. This subject was also commenced means to begin, arambha heba, from the 4th standard. As soon as I entered the 6th, I became disheartened. Disheartened means lost hope, nirushchayita. The teacher was a hard taskmaster, anxious means eager, as I thought, to force the boys. There was a sort of rivalry. Rivalry means competition, pratijogita, going on between the Sanskrit and the Persian teachers. The Persian teacher was lenient. Lenient means not strict. Koholo. The boys
used to talk among themselves that Persian was very easy and the Persian teacher was very good and considerate means kind-hearted person, doyalu to the students. The easiness tempted me. Tempted means attracted, means akarsita kariba. Tempted me, and one day I sat in the Persian class. The Sanskrit teacher was grieved. He called me to his side and said, "How can you forget that you are the son of a Vaishnava father? Won't you learn the language of your own religion?" Means the belief, dharma. If you have any difficulty, why not come to me? I want to teach you, students, Sanskrit to the best of my ability. As you proceed, means go ahead, agoku jiba, further, you will find in it things of absorbing. Absorbing means keen, means gabhira. Absorbing interest. You should not lose heart. Come and sit again in the Sanskrit class. This kindness put me to shame. I could not disregard my teacher's affection. Affection means love, bhala paiba. Today I cannot but thank with gratitude. Gratitude means being grateful. Krutagyata bhavani. Of Krishna Sankar Pandya, for if I had not acquired the little Sanskrit that I learnt then, I should have found it difficult to take any interest in our sacred books. Sacred means holy, pavitra. In fact, I deeply regret, means repent, means dukkha kariba, that I was not able to acquire a more thorough knowledge of the language.
Let us start part 2 of this chapter. In the last 2 paragraphs, Gandhiji mentioned how he neglected gymnastics. In this paragraph, Gandhiji mentioned how he neglected another thing in his high school, and that was handwriting. So this paragraph is totally on handwriting. So Gandhiji had a notion that handwriting has no role to play in education. That notion remained with him till he went to England. That means the same idea was retained with him until he visited England. But when he went to South Africa and saw the beautiful handwriting of the South African people, he was ashamed of himself. There he thought that handwriting has a major role to play in education. So here he mentioned in his autobiography, bad handwriting means imperfect education, because handwriting is one of the essential part of education. Now Gandhiji thought that. He gave suggestions to the new learners how good handwriting can be developed in the children. So first he said that before writing any letter, let the child draw pictures of different objects like flowers or anything, so that his hand will be free to move. And finally, if he will set to write the letters, then his handwriting will be better. Gandhiji mentioned the importance of
ভিডিওটি যদি ଭଲ ଲାଗୁଛି ତାହେଲେ ଲାଇକ୍ ଆଉ ସେୟାର କରନ୍ତୁ। ଯଦି କିଛି କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ତାହେଲେ କମେଣ୍ଟ ବକ୍ସରେ ଲେଖିକି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଏବଂ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ କରନ୍ତୁ।
Let us see what Gandhiji had written in paragraph 6 and 7. These 2 paragraphs are related to each other. That's why I have written these 2 paragraphs in a single board. So let us see what is the matter here. Gandhiji had to select one subject from Sanskrit and Persian. So at first he selected Sanskrit as his optional subject. So till class 4 it was okay. But when he reached class 6, he was disheartened by Sanskrit subject, because he said that in Sanskrit everything has to memorize, whereas in geometry there is nothing to be memorize, only to understand. Okay, so these two paragraphs, it explains the competition between two subjects, that Sanskrit and Persian. Also, it explains the competition or the rivalry between two teachers, that is Sanskrit teacher and the Persian teacher. So let us see what are the characteristics of these two teachers. So first, let us see what is about Sanskrit teacher. His Sanskrit teacher was hard taskmaster. So no one is comfortable with him. Whereas the Persian teacher was lenient. Lenient means not strict at all. And also he was good and considerate to the students. So this behavior of the Persian teacher attracted Gandhiji. Means Gandhiji was tempted to sit in the Persian class, because all the students, they said that Persian is very easy to understand and the teacher is very good also. So once it happened, Gandhiji sat in the Persian class, and when the Sanskrit teacher observed that behavior of Gandhiji, the Sanskrit teacher called Gandhiji and suggested that your father is Vaishnava, then how can you sit in Persian class? With that, he also said that if you find any difficulty anywhere in Sanskrit, then you can come to me and I will make you understand everything or every difficulty in Sanskrit. So after that suggestion of Mr. Pandya, Gandhiji decided to shift to Sanskrit again. And now in the latter age, Gandhiji was very grateful to his teacher. Why? Because he said that because of this Sanskrit language, I was able to read the sacred books. Also would have been better if he would have learned the language in a strong manner. Apart from that, he was very much grateful or thankful to his teacher, Mr. Krishna Shankar Pandya, because of whom he learned Sanskrit and because of whom he was able to read sacred books.
इंग्लिश को बारंबार शुणिले निश्चित भाव बुझी हम. So listen it carefully, mindfully, and try to understand the words, the sentences. Then I am sure you will understand the sentences, no doubt in it. Okay?
One quotation from Mahatma Gandhi: be the change you want to see in the world. That means the only change that you can bring in this world is the change in you. Keep watching, keep learning until the next video. Thank you.